Okay, welcome back. This tutorial will cover the basic blocks from Logistical Automation. The router, alternator, junction, and splitter. So I've set this one up in advance, but this is a very basic block. All it does is sort items. So this front side here is input, which you can tell by that little mouth icon, and the conveyor will change to show you hey, this is an input slot. So you set filters for each side, and then you just chuck your items on or feed them in, and it'll be sorted. There you go. So cobblestone and our dirt went here, cobblestone went in there, and I believe whatever the default output is won't be sorted. I think it's that orange one on the top. Let's put a scaffold, see what happens. Yeah, so orange is the default, so if it has nowhere else to go, it'll just be spat out on the top. Now I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to deal with that, because there's no conveyor system blocks that deal with it, but whatever. So I guess you could use stone transport pipes. No, I don't know. You have to use a vacuum hopper or something to pick up the items. But yeah, so I think it's actually more just a rejected items area. But yeah, so there's just a very basic and simple sorting. So you can just throw all your dirt and your andesite and just whatever your quarry, not bedrock, whatever your quarry mines, just chuck it on there and it'll be sorted. And if anything doesn't get sorted, it just gets spat out on the top. Yeah, so it's nice and simple. So next is the alternator. Now this, hence the name, will alternate between tracks. So it'll go to left and right, then left and right, and so on. So set that up real quick. And this is one of the ones that just operates by default. You don't need to set any filters or anything. It's just place it down, give it some stuff, and it'll work. Just give it some cobblestone, and yeah. So next time, it makes a little piston sound too. So it just keeps going. Okay, so every stack will be alternated. So if we just spam a bunch of dirt. And so this is useful for balancing lanes, for a crafter, for example. If you have something crafting cobblestone into compressed cobblestone and you want it to do multiple types, you can just have it alternate each time. Okay, next up is the junction. Now this one is controlled by redstone, so I'd actually look it up because I didn't know. Okay, so what you do is you throw items on, and by default it'll go to the left, and if given a redstone signal, it'll go to the right. So you can use this as a basic filter, if you have, I don't know, a chest or something and it gets full of cobblestone, you can have the cobblestone be trashed. I don't know. I don't really use redstone a lot, but I think something like that would be good. And so finally is the splitter, well, out of the functional blocks. So this will, hence the name, just split things evenly. Kind of like the alternator, but it works slightly differently because every time you put items in, even stacks of items, it'll split it in half, and half of the stack will go on each side. Now I'm not quite sure which side is preferred when rounding. If you put an odd number of blocks, which one's used first. But yeah, so very nice simple splitter. So I got these blowtorches. Now these are used to kill enemies for mob farms. So I believe it needs a redstone signal. Yeah, it'll just spit out fire. So you can just use that and say you got a zombie. And let me turn the difficulty. My dev world I don't have difficulty on because I don't need it. Whoa, that was lagging. Okay, I don't know why it's lagging, but yeah, it just kills enemies. And then the omnidirectional blowtorch works the same, but it goes in every direction, all 8 of them. So that's for a bigger farm where you have this one central line, and then everything else is getting burnt around it. Yeah, so pretty good. The recipes are also not that bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. And so that's it. And then there's this grate. Now, the grate is cool because it will pick up any blocks. It'll allow any items to pass through it when it's open. And I placed it weirdly, okay. Yeah, so you can open the grate and items and blocks will pass through. So I can put this here, then grate's open, there we go. So you can also use that for a mob farm of where if you reach a certain threshold of items, then the grate closes and nothing goes through anymore, but mobs don't get killed. You have a buffer chest or something? Yeah, so got that, and then we got some decor stuff. We turn on this weather. I hope this isn't too loud. We got 20%. Alright. So catwalks. Now these are the last few items. Yeah, the rest is just crafting components and this wrench, which allows you to configure the various blocks, I think. Yeah, let's see, rotate them. Okay, so this wrench. It's a very basic wrench. I'm sure any wrench would work. Okay, so got these nice support systems. So you got these support pillars, catwalk stairs, and catwalks themselves. Now, catwalks are kind of cool if I could place them correctly, because they just look nice. They look all cool and industrial and fancy. So you can use it for oh yeah, you need a wrench too to configure each side. But you can use catwalks for like a big factory building if you make one, and just have like this little, overhead area. Be the factory manager ordering all your servants to do work for them. Yeah, so those are pretty cool. Each one is not all that expensive. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. It's just iron stuff, and then yes, these cores aren't required. They just look nicer. Yeah, so I think they connect to each other. Cool. Yes, that's pretty much it for logistical automation. These different conveyor tiers are they're the same as regular ones. It's just that each one's faster. So we've got like this line of express, fast, and regular ones. So the regular one is slow, fast one is fast, and the express one is really fast. And they're probably named after the and modeled after the ones from Factorio. I think this mod gets a lot of inspiration from that. There's also a little manual, Logistical Automation, Volume 32, by Dr. Einbert Falkstein. Falkstein? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yes, so, okay, machines a section is not implemented, but this just covers the different things. So it's the decor, conveyors, and the different components. And so you can just read that if you don't want to hear me talk about them. And yeah, so thank you for watching. This is pretty much it for this module, so I'll do other ones on different mods like Buildcraft and Magnetic Craft, and I think there was something else that added transport. Don't remember what though. Yeah, Industrial Foregoing. I might do one on that. Anyway, thanks for watching.